Day 2 of 31 Days of Horror. This is The Terror from 1963. This is the worst quality DVD I've ever seen in my life. I may have overpaid for it. Got it at a thrift store. So if you see this version, it would be better if you just watched it on YouTube, because it's on YouTube for free. But I couldn't resist the cover with young Jack Nicholson and this mysterious sleeping broad here. But this shot of the TV with my phone will not do how bad this DVD is justice, but look at that. You're going to see in a second when it gets dark here that while he's walking, his face is like blurring. It's like the picture is separating from itself. Secret passageway. Alright, look at this. It's like you can hardly see what's going on. And we get to one of the reasons we're all here, for young Jack Nicholson. Okay, so from here we're actually going to switch over to the YouTube version because it looks way better. I don't know if you'll be able to see the difference here, but look at that. So this is on YouTube, so don't buy that DVD if you see it. Because look at this. How much better that looks. Look at this young Jack Nicholson. Alright, so this is going to have spoilers, obviously. So it's free on YouTube. Go watch it and let's talk about it. But look at that quality difference. The DVD is terrible. I have no idea how they made it so bad. A large portion of this movie is Jack Nicholson walking around looking confused. This is not his best role. Okay, one last thing and then I'll be quiet. About the DVD quality. I think a VHS would look better than that DVD.
I'm very thirsty.
So mysterious.
Lieutenant Andre Duvalier, 5th Chasseur.
Look at this amazing, subtle
I
smile
suggest you will find better shelter at the village inn.
by Boris Karloff.
But I've had my fill of village inns. Surely you wouldn't want to inconvenience a French officer.
Look at this.
Come in.
He's so good. So you got young Jack Nicholson and old Boris Karloff. So this movie's free. It's pretty short, and it's a good Halloween movie. So it's like a little mystery, a little horror, a little boring, and just kind of a fun old movie. But even with these movies that presumably looks like it has pretty low budget, like I still love that the production design will include like paintings like this.
Your room? Thank you.
Look at this thing.
You were the first visitor since the turn of the century.
So he's been seeking this woman he saw at the beginning.
Stefan will see you to your room.
And he saw her in the window of this castle. And then he sees her right here. What? Creepy music for a cool painting. So this girl is just walking around all the time, and he's like following her and chasing her.
Hello down
And
there!
you can see at one point that he just, like,
I'm coming
he's so
down.
determined
Wait for me!
to find her, which makes one of the choices he makes later in the movie so dumb. Okay, coming up here is a genuinely scary part. I watched this alone in a hotel by myself, and it genuinely freaked me out on this part. So check this out. So he's locked in his room. Goes to get his gun. And there's creepy noises. Hear that? It's like echoey screams or something. It's like music and screaming and screeching.
All right, unlock this door. Do you hear me? Unlock this door. I'm going to shoot through the door.
And it opens. So there is some creepy stuff in this. And then we have Jack Nicholson walking around for what feels like several minutes with a confused look on his face. So I was just thinking, it's 81 minutes. You could probably condense it to be less. But at the same time, like, the whole point of this movie is kind of the mood of the movie. So him just like walking around like building this creepy tension, which does come to a pretty fantastic crescendo at the end. Spoiler alert, this movie does not end happy. So Andrei's snooping around in Boris Karloff's room, finds a pistol, and if I can see it clearly, it looks like he opens it and the cartridge is spent. Is what it looks like to me. Yep. So I'm not sure if that's a super old pistol and it just has a big dent there, or if that's like where the primer would be. I'm not sure, but it looks like there's a big dent in it, like it's been fired. Because there has been a murder in the castle, so that would make sense that it has been fired and not changed since then. So in the opening credits, there was like this bird that went flying by the screen, like a cartoon bird, and I was just like, that is so silly looking. But it turns out, plot-wise, it comes into play here. So the witch can turn into the bird. There's a witch, by the way. Or she can control it or something. This guy's trying to warn Andrei to go back. He doesn't have much of a voice.
Wait.
So I started laughing in this part because it looks ridiculous until it doesn't. Ah, bird attack! He just watches it. Okay, and I can't show the aftermath, but he basically gets his eyes pecked out, and it is awful, and there's blood everywhere. It's just like, oh my gosh. So at the beginning of the movie, there was like a skeleton with like some stuff on it, and then you see that part. So I'm not showing it. Yeah, the bird attacked, huh? Yeah. So I'm not showing it, one, because there's kids on the couch watching me, but two, because I don't try not to show too much of that stuff on this channel. But it was a silly bird attack until it turned super gory. He finds her. They kiss. Talks about how she wanders.
You're really here.
Okay, listen to what he says here.
I'm here, and I'll never leave you again.
I don't know if you can hear that. He said, I'll never leave you again. Okay? And then they go on to kiss some more, and she talks about how she's possessed. And he tells her to come away with him, right? Okay? So he just said he's never going to leave her. Okay, so they profess their love for each other. He says, come away with me. And it's like, oh, dang, is this going to have a happy ending? I don't know.
Wait here.
Wait here? What are you talking about?
It's all right.
Jack Nicholson, no. What do you mean it's all right? Wait here for what reason? Oh, she's gone. Are you surprised? Is anyone surprised? You're an idiot, Andrei. Oh my gosh. Like 1 or 2 minutes of screen time later from I will never leave you, he's like, wait here, and he walks away. It's like, dude, you've been following her around this whole movie. We're at like 57 minutes at this point. They profess their love. He said he'll never leave her. And then he just left her. I don't know. I can't help you, Andrei, if this is how you're going to be. So, in true old horror movie fashion, everything goes down in the last few minutes. You got people running around. You got Boris Karloff trying to flood this crypt so that he can die and be with his beloved, but she's tricking him to try and get him to die. And then you have this witch who's something awesome is about to happen to. He takes her.
I have made my pact with another.
She says, I may not enter the house of God. I've made my pact with another. Look at this. It's struggling. Alright, so. So that's what happens if you're a witch and you go into a church. This was probably the coolest part of the whole movie. She said, I may not enter the house of God. I've made my pact with another. It's like, wow. This kind of stuff just isn't in movies nowadays. By that, I mean implying that the power of God actually has potency. A lot of movies talk about it and have like witches and that, but like the movie The Order with Heath Ledger, which I walked out of. But like this movie's implying that God struck her with lightning. So interesting. All right, the chaos at the end. We got floating bricks. Look at that dive. You got people trying to choke each other, which is like the way to kill people in old monster movies. All out brawl in the water. They're trying to make it look chaotic. Here we go. Here's the floating bricks. Nice. I love how these guys are all just like it's like they're like in a circle and they're all grabbed onto each other, just like yanking on each other. It's like I know you're making it really loud and stuff, but it's like that's still not an intense fight. So he rescues the girl. Now it's not quite the monster holding her, but you still get that classic pose of the woman being carried like that. Okay, we've got a little bit of hopeful music. Carries her out, lays her on the tree. We get the picture from the cover. Right? There we go.
You're safe now.
Very intriguing picture.
It's over.
And then
It's
an
over. Do you understand?
absolutely awful ending. Says you're free now, it's over.
Okay.
Cover your eyes. Oh no! And they just add more and more makeup. They just keep blobbing it on. And it ends with a scary looking skull with slime on it with the end over the screen. So it's like, this has been 1963, 81-minute, mediocrely acted Jack Nicholson, pretty good acted Boris Karloff, pretty ladies walking around mysteriously, witches burning, and this is a free movie for Halloween, so enjoy. Let me know what you think. You should just go watch it for free. Hopefully you watched it before this, because I just spoiled the whole thing. Anyway, The Terror from 1963. If you like this kind of thing, stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you. Bye.